Welcome to I Feel Fat today. I'm your host, Kelly Taylor. Thank you so much for joining. I have just gotten done interviewing such a great guest, which you will see in just a few minutes. But before we have some housekeeping, please subscribe to us on YouTube at I Feel Fat Today, where you have full video episodes like the one you are watching right now. We are almost at 400 subscribers. I'm going to keep saying it until we hit the goal. Please subscribe over there on YouTube. It helps a lot. It helps a ton. And then after you do that, head over to Apple Podcasts to rate and review 5 stars the I Feel Fat Today podcast over there on Apple. If you send me proof that you have left a 5-star review, I will send you some I Feel Fat Today stickers. You have to send it to me in order for me to see it, and I can get your information to send you some stickers. If you want advice, send us an email at ifeelfattoday@gmail.com. And there I can, you can tell me your problems. I think I'm really good at giving advice, so please hit us up there. I'll be able to let you know what I think of your situation of, your mom hating that you're fat, or you thinking that you're going to ruin your friend's wedding because of how you look in the bridesmaid's dress. Send it over to me, and I'll let you know what I think and set you straight. Follow the pod on social media at I Feel Fat Today, where I post clips of the show. And you can follow me, your host, Kelly Taylor, at Hello, This is Kelly. I post stand-up clips. I let you know where I'm performing. I post jokes on there. I'm a good follow. Follow me over there. Life update. I know last week I was rather emotional. Sorry about that. I'm still cringing at myself, but not enough to remove the content. Put too much work into that. But I'm feeling better, so it goes, such as life. Some weeks you're battling with anxiety and depression. And the next week, you're just kind of dealing with it. So that's what I got going on. I don't really have a topic to go over this episode because I got to get this edited and sent out by this evening. So hopefully next week I have a topic, because I have a bunch of stuff that I've been reading that I would love to talk about with everybody. So we'll talk about that next week. And now on to the interview with my guest this week. I do want to put a little bit of a TW trigger warning at the start of this episode, only because we have a great conversation, and we're very open and vulnerable, even though I hate the word vulnerable. But there is a lot of talk of suicide and a little bit of eating disorder, but it's a really, really great conversation. And so I'm excited for you, listener, to check it out. So without further ado, my guest this week is stand-up comedian, the very funny Carolina Montesquieu. What's up? Hi, how are you, Carolina?
Yes.
You have the best name.
Thank you.
Carolina Montesquieu.
I know, it's a really strong name. I feel like it's a good comedy name, too. It stands out.
It really is.
Takes up the whole fucking poster.
It really does.
Yeah, no matter what poster I'm on, it looks like I'm the headliner because my name's so big.
So big, yep. And I feel like you have to, use so many syllables. Mm-hmm. Carolina Montesquieu. Mm-hmm. Is that your given name?
Yes.
Nice. Yes. Did people make fun of you for that growing up?
No. So, okay, I lied a little bit. It's my second last name.
Okay.
But I dropped my first last name legally because I don't fuck with those people.
I hear that.
So my old last name was Guzman Montesquieu.
Okay.
So
Carolina Guzman.
No longer Guzman.
Guzman's not. I'm glad that that's the side of the family you don't like.
It's not hot.
Yeah.
But I might forgive my dad for abandoning me if he buys me an apartment in New York and pays my tolls.
I mean, honestly, in a capitalist society, I think that is a wonderful way to get forgiveness from your daughter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hit me up, Pedro.
Hell yeah. Well, we have an out-of-towner. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
How does Boston treat you?
The comedy scene?
Yeah, in general.
Really good. I mean, at first, just I don't know if it's all scenes. They were pretty indifferent.
Yeah.
But over time, if you you perform well and you're a good comic, you know, people tend to play along.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. I've never actually done much comedy in Boston, so I have to check it out. So we were chatting before a little bit before. Now you said are you from DR?
My family,
Your
my parents
family.
are Dominican, yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was one of those things where you were born there and came with them, or you were born here.
No, I'm not an immigrant per se. Thank you for asking, Kelly.
I ask all my guests. Are
no.
you a dang immigrant?
Get out! No, so I was conceived in Dominican Republic. My mom gave birth to me in Puerto Rico so I could get my papers, and then we moved back to DR. So a little anchor baby action.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
But I was raised in Massachusetts.
Okay. Yeah. So that was my next question. So you were raised in Massachusetts, and so, I mean, really, I think the best way to kick this off is to ask you, when was the concept of dieting first introduced to you?
Like 7.
7. Okay, what was the context?
I had little boobs.
Oh,
right.
The nerve of you.
And I know it was insane. It was actually pretty fucked. I was like the first one to wear a bra. It was 2nd grade. My mom got me like this shiny ass pink like strapless bra for some reason, which I'm wearing underneath my white top. We had uniforms.
Yeah.
And everyone could see it. So that was like already an issue. And then that's when I started to like gain a little bit of weight. And my mom had a really like fucked up relationship with weight herself. So
is it? Yeah, that's common.
Wait,
I've seen that.
Should I look at you or should I look at the camera?
Whatever. What I normally am just like here, but if you want to look at the camera, it's fine. Yeah. Sometimes you can shoot over to the camera. It's very loose. There's not a lot of rules.
I'm like,
okay. Yeah. So that's funny because your very first bra usually is one that is like, it looks like it was bought at a hospital. And yours was like Victoria's Secret pink. Yeah. It's like, where do you even find a shiny bra that
Kmart.
size? Kmart. Yeah. God, and I'm so mentally ill. I would probably still have that bra from when I was in. How old were you? You were 7.
7.
7 is young.
Yeah.
7 is young for a bra.
Yeah, they had to strap me in, bro.
Yeah.
Those things are popping out that uniform. You know what I'm saying? You're a little sexy for a 2nd grader.
Did you go to a religious-based school, or was it just a uniform school?
No, we just have uniforms. So I went to elementary school partly in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and it's like a big like Dominican population, low income, so they're just like stick to the fucking uniforms that you have in your country. Right. So we did, and they still do. Right.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So with you said your mom had like a weird relationship with weight. So in what ways do you think that came into your life? Like, was there dieting happening in the house? Was she having you be on diets, going to Weight Watcher meetings? Like, what did that look like?
Well, my mom's been on a diet my whole life.
Okay.
So let's just start there.
Yeah.
I think she was skinny at one point, but then, you know.
Yeah.
Pop out a couple kids. So this is going to sound so fucked up. She would give me like laxatives.
Okay.
Like liquid laxatives. She's like, oh, you're constipated. It was just like to lose weight.
Yeah.
And then she would be on and off diets. She had bad eating habits, so we got bad eating habits. Off and on dieting. We literally just picked up everything that she was doing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Slim Fast. So good. So good. So good. So good. So we would like deep fry french fries, frozen french fries in oil, and then like pound it down with the Slim Fast to like balance it out.
Fries in a milkshake, man. Yeah. It's an American delicacy. So how many siblings were there?
That I was raised with, one older brother, one older sister, and one younger brother.
Okay, so a lot of kids in the house.
Yeah. And
that I think also adds to the dysfunction of like having weird eating habits and then that leading to disordered eating.
Yeah.
Especially when you know you're not rich, then it's like, oh man, we're all fighting for food in some cases. The food that's being offered is poor, you know, like not nutrient dense.
Well, we were like forced to finish our food, but then also like shamed for being like overweight.
There
so
you
it was
go.
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, And it's so confusing because when you're forced to finish your food, you just get into the habit of finishing your food. Like that was something I've only broken recently. And I don't even think my parents realized that they were saying like finish your plate. Because you know what? I don't even know if it really was my parents. I think it was like my grandmother, like my mom's mom, who is an immigrant from Ireland, being like we do not have leftover food, and then doing that exact same thing of like shaming you. Yeah. Finish your food, and then it's like, oh, you're getting a little bit of weight. It's like, what do you expect me to do and feel right now? Did you say you were the only girl?
No, I have an older sister.
You have an older sister. So were the both of you dealing with that?
Same thing, yeah.
Same thing. Do you and your sister talk now?
Yeah.
Okay, do you like relate to her on like having fucked up food habits?
Oh, 100%. And she's lost like over 50 pounds twice.
Yeah.
I've done it 4 times.
Oh, you've done the yo-yo dieting thing.
Yeah, so like losing like massive amounts of weight and then like just gaining it back and then some.
Yeah.
You know?
And what have been the different modalities in which you've lost the weight like 4 times over?
Literally just diet and exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating less.
Yeah.
It works.
I know. Okay, but here's my thing. So I actually was signing up for this do you know Tia? It's like that like women's health thing. I don't know. They're big in New York. And so I signed up for a year of it, and just to like go see the gynecologist. And I didn't realize you get like all these like extra things with Tia. This is not an ad, but like
sponsor us though. Thank you.
I know, seriously though, I love Tia. But so I got an email from them being like, do you want to have like a weight management consultant session? And so I signed up for it, being like, fuck yeah, like it's included in this thing that I paid for. So I signed up for the weight management. And why did I bring this up? What were we talking about?
Different ways you've lost weight.
Yeah, different ways you've lost weight. Oh, and it was asking me about diets I've done in the past. And it actually was a really good reflective thing for me to do, because I realized that when I was an adult and I did Weight Watchers on my own volition, I did lose weight on Weight Watchers. But I remember how starved I was, because I was sticking to the points. And in sticking to the points, if you drink alcohol, that takes up a lot of points. So like I would have like wine at night with my girlfriends, and I'd be like tracking the wine. So I didn't have any room for food. So like I lost all this weight, but I was so hungry all the time that the second I went off of it, it felt like the 3 months or however long I was on the diet.
You're making up for it.
It really felt like the work was undone in 2 weeks, which probably is mental because of like water, weight, and all that kind of stuff. But still. So did you feel like on like the times when you were doing diet and exercise, like did you feel satiated, or do you think it was way more restrictive?
Yeah, I'm just like able to like kick into gear. And like, oh, I'm a gym rat, and like I'm weighing my food. Like everything's very meticulous, and I'm very happy with it when I'm doing it. And then one day, or all of a sudden, it'll just like literally is like a hard line, and I'll just fucking binge, and then I won't stop.
Do you know what it is that causes that like sort of like metal door to come down? And then that
one time I literally just got my period. I had lost 60 pounds, and then I was like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. And like, you know, during COVID, I had lost 70.
During?
Okay. Like when it was like a lockdown and shit. And then I was like, you know what? I've been eating so healthy for so long. It was like a year and a half. I was like, I'm going to have wings from this wing place in Boston that I loved before. I was like, I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah.
And I literally had a gallbladder attack. And I went to the hospital and had surgery. And then, so I'm at the hospital and I'm like, oh my God, I got to go to the gym. Like, I'm literally still in that minus day. And then they're like giving me pizza at the hospital. And then I just started eating like shit again and gained all the way back. Because I couldn't work out for like 4 months because I was like healing. Yeah. And then I just started eating again too. So I was just like, fuck.
Oh my God. Okay, so I don't think I've known anybody that has had a gallbladder attack. Can I ask you about that? Like what, it just came on out of nowhere?
No, so you have like gallstones.
Okay.
And then I guess they were like not activated for all because I wasn't eating like any fats or like just eating so healthy. Oh. So I would have like cramps and stuff. But then I had the wings, and it just like went fucking nuts.
So your body's new homeostasis was like only healthy foods, and you like threw a grenade into your body, and your gallbladder was like, we cannot handle this. So that really so that actually paints a very interesting picture of just how, when you say strict, how I think restrictive. Like, you weren't giving yourself any leeway there, like no fried foods,
and I was just able to like do it,
be in that mode,
just
for
like
months.
snapping. I don't know, maybe I'm like all or nothing type of person, I guess.
Were you unhappy during that time?
No, my mental health is much better when I'm
the best.
Right now it's like when I get to eat tacos and think about suicide a little bit, it's kind of like, you know, the trade-offs aren't too bad.
It's like the tacos definitely are preventing the suicide, but it's like, is the prevention also the cause? Ask yourself.
Message.
Ask yourself. Question of the day.
Fuck.
Oh, man. I'm just like, no, I have a poppy soda, and that resets everything.
Yeah, that's fucking shit, bro.
I really love poppy.
5 grams of fiber in here, some shit like that.
There is 5 grams of sugar, I think. And 2 grams of fiber.
We're gonna poop so good today, Kelly.
We really are. This is my second one.
I fucking shit like 5 times a day.
Do you poop a lot?
Yeah, and especially I did before, especially since the gallbladder's out now. So even before I like finish my meal, like it's happening.
Wow. So like, did you have to? How was that adjusting to not having a gallbladder anymore? What does the gallbladder do?
It processes fat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So does fat just go through you?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's kind of a good thing, no?
I'm still fucking fat, Kelly. I don't know.
Well, okay. This is like what you're not supposed to do, but I'm just gonna say it. You don't look like you have 70 pounds to lose. Am I correct in that?
No. I'm 230 right now, so I want to be like 145, 150. That would be like my
your body has that ability to be. Wow. And can I ask how old you are?
I just turned 33.
Oh, we're the same age. Okay, I'll be 32 in October. Nice. Okay. So like you grew up with the same kind of diet culture than I did. Yeah, absolutely. And so, okay, life without a gallbladder. That's do you keep any kind of diet now? Like, do you avoid certain things, or just chilling?
I'm kind of broke right now, so I'm just like, wow, I'm eating way less. This is great.
Isn't it crazy? I remember the first time I moved to New York.
I'm like, wow, this is actually like, people go hungry.
Yeah. I moved to New York and like in January, and then that summer that I moved here, I like saw people that I knew, because I'm only from Jersey, so like in the same bubble, and people were like, what are you doing? You look amazing. And I'm like, I don't have any money. Like, literally, like I make $36,000 a year, like, and I'm living in Brooklyn. Like, that's why I look so good, you know?
It'll do it for you.
It really will. Totally.
But when was it? Like in April, I started losing weight. I lost like 40 pounds. And I gained like 12 back.
How did you lose the weight in April?
Diet and exercise, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I'm not shocked by that, but like,
I use my Fitness Pal. Just stay in a deficit. Use caloriecalculator.net, and walk my 10,000 steps every day. Not a big deal. I live near a golf course. I know, pretty walkable town, and just zip my lip.
Yeah, totally. And do you find that it's harder to eat healthy when you are on a budget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a 5 for $5 or with a $5 biggie bag is $5. It's $5.35.
I miss
and
the 4 for $4.
And I go to Chick-fil-A and I get a salad, the Cobb salad, which is actually pretty low calories, like 454 calories, even with the dressing. $16.
Oh, you're like me. You're a calorie encyclopedia.
Yeah.
You know the calories of everything.
Yeah, well, my Fitness Pal it will give you an eating disorder, but like the good one.
So I was going to ask you that's so funny. I was going to ask you about that, because like for me, writing down and tracking what I'm eating in a day and like associating a calorie amount with it is something that as an adult I just don't want to fucking do, because I like only recently started using journals for my feelings and not writing down what I'm eating. Like as a kid being given a journal, it was for food. And so I fucking hate them, you know? And so when you say like now I have an eating disorder, that's like the good kind, because writing down and tracking, even though it's this thing that helps you lose weight, this is why it's such a mind fuck, because it is, I hate to say this, but it is so triggering, you know? Because
like I'll be eating a meal, I'm like, that's literally a full day's worth of calories in this one meal that I'm eating.
Yeah, and you get really in your head about it, and then
I fuck it up still, but then I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
You're just so aware now.
I wish I was a little bit more naive. But
ignorance is bliss. Yeah, ignorance is bliss, but then ignorance will allow you to gain 40 pounds. So like that. So you're somebody that can just get motivated to lose weight. Yeah. You go into the...
I'll do 2-a-days, a lot of strength training, Pilates, swimming. I fuck it up at the gym. I have a really good gym. And then, the diet, when I am motivated, it comes really easily.
Yeah. I feel like you have a good gym energy. Yeah. Yeah. You're somebody that if someone got into a fight with you, they would be fucked because they wouldn't realize like how much history you have with like exercise and strength training. Yeah. Like you would fuck somebody
up. I'm very strong.
Yeah.
I remember I got stuck in a ditch in New Hampshire. I called my friend to come help me. I'm like, you got to help me push this car. He couldn't push it out. I'm like, get in. And I fucking boom, push the shit. I just needed someone to turn the wheel, I guess.
Oh, your car got stuck in the ditch.
I'm very strong.
I was like, how did this bitch get into a ditch? Like,
just like, should be happening.
I didn't associate a car in this story at all. I was like, you fell like in a well? Like, I'm so confused.
Anything can happen in New Hampshire, though, so I feel that's fair.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, I remember one time I was moving, and I was getting something into my grandparents' house, and my grandpa was like, "Oh, Kelly, let me help you with that." Meanwhile, he could break in half, and I just got it. And he's like, "Oh, you could work on a farm."
We're gonna sell you for 10 goats.
No, literally.
Yeah. It's not all fat,
I know.
We got muscle.
Common misconception. Yeah. It isn't just fat. Like
you seen that? It was like a Olympic weightlifter, the Chinese lady. She won. She's fucking fat as fuck.
Yep.
She's strong as hell.
But she's strong as hell. Yeah. And then that rugby player, you saw her, how she was saying that her BMI has her as technically as obese, but she's like, I'm an Olympian bitch, you know? That's another thing that makes weight loss and, living in a body that's not like a thin standard size body. So I think it's upsetting. Like, cause I've always, the scale that's on, the weight that's on the scale has always been more than what like people would guess my weight is.
Oh yeah.
My entire life. Just because of muscle density. Same. Which is a good thing, but does nothing for me emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, like at all.
Yeah. I'm so like, okay, well, I still need to lose 100 pounds, so
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like, I remember, this isn't happening now, but I remember when I was younger, like in college, and like, if a guy at a party would come, like, if he was, like there'd be just guys that pick people up at parties, pick girls up. Like, I would be terrified.
Somebody did that to me last month.
I
literally put my whole body weight so I could drop down. I'm like, do not pick me up.
Do not pick me up.
I almost punched him in the fucking face. And this was after he ate my pussy. I was like, no. I hate that shit.
You do not know me well enough. You do not know me well enough to pick me up.
Also, you're going to get a hernia. Like, I'm looking out for you. Don't fuck around. You're gonna find out.
Literally. Oh my God, that's so funny. Something that keeps standing out in my mind from the story you told about your gallbladder was that they fed you pizza in the hospital.
They did not give a fuck. They're like, oh, do you want anything to eat? I'm like, are there any restrictions? Because they're like, no. And I'm like,
I don't understand.
I was very hungry.
Why is pizza on the menu at a hospital? I feel like hospitals should only have
like healthy foods.
The healthiest foods ever.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you were in the hospital for like some lung shit, wouldn't you want a little pizza?
Yeah, but shouldn't that? Yes, of course I'd want that, but that should be reserved for the lung patients.
Like, no pizza for the fatties. Okay?
Sorry, this isn't the hospice wing.
Yeah, I guess
so.
if I had a better nurse, they would have been like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Here's got your gallbladder out. Here's lots of breads and cheeses.
Mm-hmm. So
Damn.
yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the time that I was gonna like lose the weight.
So when you got out of the hospital and you had lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And was there something about like, well, because you said there was 4 months of recovery.
Mm-hmm.
So because you are this all or nothing person, you're like, okay, this is 4 months of me having to be like sedentary essentially.
Yeah, I
It
couldn't
caused
work
you
out.
to go off the rails with the diet.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think you're all or nothing?
Shit. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see a therapist about that. I honestly couldn't give you an answer. It reminded me of something else though that I'm all or nothing with. Like I smoked cigarettes for 10 years and I just quit like that. It's been a year. Way. It's been a year and a half since I smoked cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe one day, I don't know, I'll fucking start shooting heroin.
Yeah, and then drop it like a bad habit.
Just drop it.
What was your cigarette of choice?
Newport 100s.
Wow, you really were about that life.
Yeah, I was like fucking pounding down a fucking family meal. I'm like, you know what would go good with this? A side of cancer. Like, I did not give a fuck.
You're like, I'm going to have some cancer with my cancer.
Yeah, seriously.
And a Diet Coke.
Really bad. So, yeah, I was smoking a lot.
Yeah. Isn't smoking
amazing?
The best?
New York makes me want to smoke.
I know.
I'm like, I did smoke one, but it was like a palm. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it was very smooth.
Literally anything that's not a Newport is like,
So
you're not smoking.
I was performing at this like pretty big club and I was being hard on myself afterwards. I'm like, I fucking sucked. I'm like, give me a cigarette. And then I watched the setback. Obviously it was fine. I was just being crazy and I just smoked a cigarette for fucking nothing. But a couple months ago, I was like having a breakdown. I was like, I need a cigarette. So I went and bought a Newport 100 and I couldn't smoke it. Like my throat closed up. I was like, okay, I guess I'm done.
You gotta train yourself to be okay with smoking Newport 100s. Like,
yeah.
You were young, so your body was resilient, and so it was like, yeah, I can handle this. So that you took that with you for 10 years, and that's hard to jump back in on.
I was starting to get like some pains right here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
dying. And also, you really stink.
Yeah.
You stink so bad.
I love when guys smoke, though. I love kissing a guy after he's had a cigarette.
You know what? I get it. I do.
Yeah.
But I just can't believe I smelled that much for so long.
But you also were probably hanging around other people that smoked, and so it's like we all smell.
No.
No?
My friend fucking hated it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, too fucking bad.
Yeah.
Put your window down. Like, crazy. I can't even,
Because you wouldn't have smelled bad to me. I get, like, nostalgic for the smell of stale cigarettes.
No, you know what? I'll smell one sometimes, that's just sometimes. The majority of the part, I'm like, what the fuck? I can't believe I used to smell like that.
Yeah, yeah. So, for your sister, you said that she recently lost weight. Is she someone that yo-yo diets?
Yeah. She was like, she lost a bunch of weight. She did the Yes You Can.
No, I don't know that.
It's like a whole thing. It was like national. She lost a bunch of weight, and yeah, her weight is up and down too. She's yo-yo dieting constantly. Yeah.
Do you like reality TV?
I don't watch it.
Did you watch it when you were young?
Like Flavor of Love?
Flavor of Love, Survivor.
No, I never got into Survivor. But what show are you talking about?
Biggest Loser.
Biggest Loser? I've watched it. Yes.
I was obsessed with Biggest Loser.
Because you wanted to be on it?
Of course. Hell yeah, dude. Of course.
Toxic.
Of course. I was scrolling TikTok today and I saw these girls just like posting a funny video of them at fat camp, and I was like,
the jiggle jail.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah. And
I was like, damn, I would have loved to go to a fat camp.
Literally, same.
That would have been fire.
Fat Camp, another great reality TV show. I always wanted to go to fat camp, which I'm sure if my family did send me to fat camp, I would be mad at them and talk about it in therapy now. So like, can never win, can never be happy.
It's all their fault. So whatever happens.
You've made this bed. You have to lay in it.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring up Biggest Loser is because we're talking about yo-yo dieting. It's like every time it was basically, the very first season, people lose all the weight, right? come back the next, or like, you know, now we're in season 2 and it's like a check-in on the people from the season before. Half of them gained all the weight back. And it's like, they're just talked to like they're these pieces of shit. And it's like, do you think I would be this weight? Do you think I would work so hard to lose all this weight just to be a piece of shit and gain it back? Like, no.
No compassion.
No compassion.
Well, that's reality TV.
Yeah.
It's like when they do
time.
those home renovations, like now the property tax is going up. Who's paying that next year?
And
they don't give a fuck.
Everything's falling off the walls.
Yeah.
And the kid that was 6 at the time of filming is now, 10 years old with a race car bed or whatever. I don't know.
HGTV like don't give a fuck.
They really don't. Something else I learned from like HGTV is that like, let's say they redid this and it's like, oh, we have a new couch and new pillows. They'll send you a bill for the couch and the pillows. They'll take away the state. If you don't want to pay for it, they'll take away all the nice furniture.
What?
Yeah, dude.
What's the point of being on the program?
I know.
That's weird.
You might get an addition on the house, but it'll be empty.
Okay.
Because they can't take the paint off the walls, but still.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah. Also, why do we think a renovation could ever happen between 48 and 72 hours? Like, why are the timelines so tight?
They probably got like 100 Mexicans up in that bitch. Sorry, Guatemalans.
Depending on where it's filmed.
Yeah.
Well, they're not doing a great job because things are falling apart.
They just got here, bro. They don't know. All they know is that infrastructure back there.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Is your mom still alive?
Yeah.
She still struggle with her weight?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think it's like going to be a thing for forever? Like, is she still currently like on a diet?
She's like, I don't even eat anything. I don't know. I'm like, you're eating a bowl of cereal with ice cream in it at the end of the night. I'm like, that'll probably do it.
Damn, your mom knows how to party.
It's just science. You know, if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose the weight. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah.
So it's like you're eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I guess it's like you have to ask yourself, why are you eating the cereal with the ice cream in it?
Yeah.
Why?
She's probably depressed. Probably been depressed her whole life. Not my problem.
Right. And these damn kids are at the house. I don't know why you're so depressed.
Well, actually, no. 2 of them are back there now. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, I get it, but, we all have to deal with, like, our own issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now me and my sister are struggling with the weight because of the issues passed down to us.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Is your mom somebody that doesn't believe in mental health?
Barely. She just like maybe started. Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like that's also tough when you don't really have a concept of like what depression or poor mental health really looks like. And it's like, I don't know why I'm gaining the weight. It's like, well, you don't even, like you say, you don't realize that you're eating like ice cream at the end of the night. And it's like, well, you don't even really know why you're eating the ice cream because you don't have a concept of depression.
Yeah, but I tried to put her to her in this way because she has a lot of health issues. I'm like, 90% of your health issues are weight related. I'm like, you need to lose weight and stretch.
Yeah.
And even that, like you could bring a horse to water, but.
Well, because the idea, telling someone to lose weight is such a monumental concept.
To take care of themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because not everybody has the ability to lock in, which is like a good and bad thing. Because it's almost like for you, if you did have the ability to just moderate a little bit, you wouldn't have to live in this like up and down of being fully in it. And do you think in the times when you're fully in on weight loss and exercise, do you think that takes away from things like comedy?
No.
No? You're able to do it all?
Yeah.
I see.
I'm definitely in a better like mental state when I'm working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working out does that 100% will help you with your mental. But I remember I was super depressed one time and I remember thinking if one more person tells me to do yoga, like I'm going to kill them, not myself. I'm going to kill them because when you're depressed, the concept of trying to get up and exercise is so like, I don't care if it'll make me feel better.
Yeah.
It's a real. Then it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy of like, oh, I'm such a piece of shit. Blah blah blah. It sucks. So, you know,
I'm just hoping one day I'll be that person that can just like have it be a lifestyle instead of like trying to like reach a goal. But we're not there yet.
So, when it comes to food, do you think that you use food to like elevate an emotion, escape an emotion, or is it like, oh, I just like food, so I'm eating?
I'm a black hole, so I'll eat happy, sad, bored, entertained. I'm eating.
What did your mom cook?
She's a chef.
Your mom's a chef.
Yeah.
New development.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a really good cook. Well, she's getting older. It's getting a little light on the salt now.
Yeah.
But still very good.
Does she smoke?
No.
Oh, okay, because I'm going to say, then your food's going to be real salty.
No.
People that smoke can't taste anything.
No. She's getting light on the salt. But yeah, she's a very good cook.
Yeah. Interesting. But doesn't cook healthy.
She will, but then she'll be like, oh, and then like I made this pumpkin pie. Like
so yeah.
Like she made me some salmon yesterday, salmon with a salad, and she's like, "Oh, do you want to go get ice cream cones?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go fuck it up." So we ended up getting ice cream cones with French fries.
Nice.
So
where'd you go?
McDonald's.
Oh,
they have the best ice cream.
They do. They really do.
I don't know what's in it.
Yeah,
it's very freaking good.
Yeah, it's so. I love a McFlurry
with fudge.
Yes, it's so good. You could, if it's like don't have McDonald's food for the rest of your life, like the regular food, that's fine. The ice cream though, that's my favorite ice cream.
Yeah, I need to know where they source it.
Seriously. So do you think that you have ever had a history of disordered eating?
Yeah, I would say binging.
Mm-hmm.
I tried bulimia, but it's too much. I was like...
I mean, you started at 7, it sounds like, with the laxatives.
Yeah, laxatives, girdles, diets, like, this is a mess.
Girdles.
Yeah.
What age were you given your first girdle?
7. It was all the same time.
All the same time.
Because, yeah, I was getting, like, a little belly, so I wore girdles most of my life, or very tight, high underwear. If it wasn't like they're not leather, but it's like a plasticky material.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, we were doing it before the Colombians were doing it for the
before you could buy it on TikTok,
the BBLs and shit. Yeah, I was wearing that shit to my 8th grade dance. Like so now I refuse to wear any shapewear at all.
You refuse it.
Yeah, I don't wear any shapewear. Sometimes I don't even wear a bra.
That's just like, me with the food journaling. Because
Yeah.
I'll wear... I could be wearing a girdle right now. I will
Yeah.
wear a girdle like anytime. Like, doesn't matter.
I'd rather be comfortable.
Interesting. I feel uncomfortable with that one on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not every day. When I first started comedy, I would not go on stage without wearing Spanx. Always wearing Spanx. I let up on that a little bit, but like that fucking sparkly dress, best believe I'm wearing a girdle under that.
Nah, bro. What I'll do, I'll put some deodorant under my gut and call it a day, bro. Like, that's all I'm doing.
Some deodorant. Oh my god, so funny. Do you think that?
And your dog doesn't shed?
Not really, no.
Wow.
I know. When his hair's longer, yeah, you get. But
amazing.
I have rollers anyways because this little guy, he sheds. Okay, what was I gonna ask you? Do you think other girls? I'm gonna say girls specifically because I don't know boys wearing shapewear, but do you think other girls in your class growing up also were dealing with that, or do you think that this was something that just you were dealing with?
I don't think so. I would say I was like maybe like the most like tubby one because I wasn't even that fat. Like looking back, like it was pretty fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to school with a lot of white people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like white people don't do that to their kids, and then
they do.
Well,
Here, just put your
well,
mic up a
so
little bit.
there'd be like it was like either rich white girls or like white trash girls.
Yeah.
So I don't think they were wearing.
Yeah, true.
And then the other like Hispanic girls, they were like slim.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there was one Mexican girl Patricia, she was fat too. Maybe she
You
wore
had
a
a
girdle.
comrade. you had a fat comrade in class.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I remember there was literally one other girl that was like, if it weren't for her, I would have been the fattest in the class because everybody was so small.
I remember the first time someone called me out for being fat. It was in 6th grade. I was wearing a shirt. I thought I wanted to be like a cartoon character. So I told my mom we got these 5 shirts from Limited till they were all the same color. So I just wear like the yellow one on Mondays. Like fucking retarded, whatever. The shirt got too small. The shirts became too small. They couldn't contain me. And there was this kid named Little John because he was short. He's in jail now.
You deserve it.
Yeah. So he's like eye level to my gut. And he's like, why is your gut sticking out your pants like that? I'm like, emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. Words hurt. But
Words
so do
hurt.
handcuffs. Fuck you, Little John.
We'll put something
yeah.
in your commissary, Little John.
But yeah, that was like one of the first times I remember like feeling like really bad about being like
Yeah.
having a little belly, you know?
Did you go home and like, Mom, time to diet?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've never gone to like a Weight Watchers meeting?
Mm-mm.
No.
No Weight Watchers.
What was the first age that you joined a gym?
A gym? I mean, I was probably like 18.
Oh, okay.
18,
Yeah.
yeah. Because yeah, after high school, I lost weight. After high school, these girls were like still bullying me. They're like, "Oh, how'd you lose the weight?" And she was fat, so I'm like, "Diet and exercise. You ever fucking heard of it, bitch?"
I'm sorry. I've lost the weight. Your bullying
Yeah.
card is revoked.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was
Jealous.
like,
They
all
were
right. Yeah,
jealous.
she was jealous.
Did you play sports in high school?
No.
What'd you do?
Oh, actually, I did dance. I was in a dance troupe. We were called So Fresh. Very embarrassing time in my life.
What kind of dance was it?
Hip hop, like
Okay.
dance hall.
Yeah.
It was very popular in Massachusetts. Dance hall. It's like reggae.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It was all right.
So, but like, so you did dance. You know what were you doing? Like, were you getting into trouble?
In high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you getting into? Were you a drug drinking kid?
I guess I would drink like sometimes, but I would just like, skipping school, going to hang
Or-
out with like drug dealers. It depends which friend group I was with that day.
Okay.
Because we'd either like take the city bus to go to like this bad town and hang out with these like 20-year-old, 26-year-old drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
And they would like buy us stuff and it was fine. And then like if I would skip with my white friends, we're like going to the tanning salon and Starbucks and then like back to Lisa's house to like lay out, like whatever.
You had
Just depends.
So you had the ability to roll with different groups
Yeah.
because of your stunning personality.
Nobody liked me.
Like, you take her
Just-
off our back. For
They
a
liked
little
me
bit.
just enough.
Yeah, they got small doses.
No, I was a floater, I
Yeah.
guess. I did the whole thing. I was like a scene. I did the emo thing. I was
Nice.
very Hispanic. I was very like urban. I did the black kids, the white kids, like the preppy thing. I did all of them. I was such a poser. I had no I had no personality traits except being a liar. Like that was just like my
Oh,
thing.
you
I was
lied.
funny though. I've always been
that's
funny.
That's why the different groups kept you around at least for a little bit.
Yeah.
Invited you in a little bit. Because
Yeah.
you could
I
make
was
them
funny.
laugh.
Yeah.
Totally.
And very mean. So that was good. Well, that developed over time from being bullied.
Yeah,
so I was
you
like,
had to.
bop, bop,
Yeah,
bop.
you get better at.
But yeah, now I tell the truth like 87% of the time. So I'm definitely improving. It's a hard habit to break.
Can you please tell me some of the lies you would tell? Do you even remember?
Oh my
Like
god!
your dad was the
I was like,
inventor of
oh, I
toaster
have
strudel?
I have a poster of Nick Carter naked in my house. Like I was like 8 years old. Like, no, you don't, bitch.
Why are you lying?
Listen, I got a lot of trauma. Okay? But yeah, and I feel like I'm still a floater now in the comedy scene too, because I feel like I'm just get along and do like
That's the way to be. You don't.
Yeah.
Comedy is very, very cliquey, and so it's good to be amongst all different kinds of groups within comedy because you don't want to be too stuck in one thing.
I'm doing urban shows, gay shows, mainstream shows. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, and you have the
I'm a
ability
chameleon,
to do it.
yeah.
Right.
The gays love me though. Love you guys.
I don't know if any of them watch. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
If you're not gay, start sucking some dick.
Yes, man. Do what you really want to do.
Yeah, do it.
What is some of, besides diet pills, girdles, and sparkly bras, what is some of the trauma that you faced, and do you think that impacted how you kind of process your emotions now?
What?
So like you mentioned trauma.
Oh yeah.
So like, do you feel comfortable saying what some of the trauma was?
Sure, yeah. I told you, I'm an open Kindle.
Yeah. Yeah, you called yourself a jailbroken Kindle.
I'm a jailbroken
so
Kindle. Funny. Yeah. Anybody just come pick up and stick your fingers inside of me, which they did. Childhood sexual assault. Not great. That's why I was raised like a little liar, because he wanted it on the low.
I hear that. So that's where the lying started. Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was that trauma, and I don't know if it's related to my weight. I guess I don't know.
Well, something I can tell you is that especially when something like sexual assault is happening at a young age, and you're being told that your body isn't good enough and it needs to be different, having those happen in tandem, coinciding, does not make for you to feel okay about the body that you have.
Created a shit show.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, and that's just one of those unfair things. It's just an unfair thing that you now as an adult have to deal with.
Yeah.
And might be why it's kind of hard to find moderation in things.
Maybe I don't know how they connect. I need to go to therapy.
Have you ever been to therapy?
Like after the psych ward a little bit, but that's it.
Okay, tell me, what was the reason that you got into the psych ward?
Girl, you never tried to kill yourself?
Not enough to be
white privilege.
No, that's just another thing I suffer in silence about.
Oh no, you should try it out.
So
don't be good at it. That's
how
the key.
old were you when you tried to kill yourself?
The first time? 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you try to do? Trigger warning.
I drank a bunch of alcohol and I tried to drown myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in your tub?
Yeah. It was actually here in New York, in Queens.
Yes. People do that in Queens.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Jamaica plane? I gotta get out of here one way or another.
You know what they say about that New York water?
I heard it's very good.
Yeah.
But Boston's is better.
I wouldn't know. Okay, so what was the time that how many times have you been in the psych ward?
3.
All because of suicidal?
Yeah.
Okay, so after each time?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So,
but I never did like long-term like therapy. It was just kind of like, all right, let me out of here. But
just
they said if I like do it again, they won't let me out. So I gotta be really good next time.
Did you go to the same hospital every time?
No. It was different hospitals.
But they got a record.
Yeah. They share.
They share.
They send WhatsApp to each other. They're like, watch out for this bitch.
Well, maybe in one hospital you can be Guzman, and in another hospital you can be
Montesquieu. You're onto something.
No, they got your digits.
Like scamming,
when they got your social digits, it's over for you.
They got my social, those motherfuckers.
So okay. Was your mom involved?
Sorry if this is like a little unhinged.
No, it's not at all. I'm so interested. So,
oh shit.
Your mother is the one that is putting you in the hospital?
Oh God, I've never even like allowed her to come like see me or anything.
But she knew you were in the hospital.
Yeah,
and she
it's
doesn't
very on the hush hush.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
About the time you tried to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she only knows about 1 or 2. 1.
So walk me through each time. So the first time. You at 14 you're not walking yourself into the hospital. So how did that happen?
That was just like an attempt. Like I didn't like nothing happened. Like that was just the first time I was like, all right, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't able to do it. So then I just like went to my room like
wet.
Yeah. I'm drunk. So So that was that.
Yeah.
The second time it was like over a lover.
Oh.
To get attention, you know, that old
Been
thing. But
there,
it's like
girl.
combined with like
Yeah.
other mental health issues. Obviously, it
And
wasn't
how
just
old
for
were you?
him. Like 19.
19. Okay.
Yeah, and then 23. That one was also very poor attempt. It was with aspirin. And then at 25 was the last time. So it's been 8 years.
Yeah. And so, are you calling the hospital to get yourself checked?
Well, one time I called the suicide helpline, and then they're like, we're coming to find you. And I was like,
because it was
no.
that was like
Yeah.
where you were at. Okay.
One time I called my friend and I told her, I was like, I took some pills, blah, 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 blah. And then I like just hung up. And then the fucking ambulance came.
Good friend. Or
And
bad friend, depending on how you look at it.
No, she's good.
Yeah.
My only friend that I have. But yeah, it's just been a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm done now though. Until
don't-
I'm like 57 or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he's fine. He's fine. He doesn't like talk about suicide.
Oh, I'm
suicidal
sorry,
ideation.
Finnegan.
Oh God, you're stepping on my. You just.
Yeah. So my little brother just made an attempt on his life on
Really?
Monday.
So you would say mental health runs in the family. Poor mental health runs in the family.
Yes, that was last Monday. But then I got like 6 minutes of material. No, it was it's so good. I'm gonna actually try it out tonight.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
he's fine.
material.
He's fine.
The
He's
material's
fine.
awesome.
He used ibuprofen. We're really bad at this. Like, it's just
Poison control is like you again.
so sorry, babe. He's fine. He's fine. We picked him up yesterday.
Is this one of the siblings that's now under your mom's house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My little brother. He's 22.
Gosh, the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Them and their mental health issues.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. There's something about the youngest one too, where it's like you weren't forgotten, but you definitely got the leftovers of everything when it came to child rearing and
Yeah, my mom was she just gave up.
done. And can I ask, are you all full siblings, half siblings?
My older brother's half. My sister is my full sister, and then my little brother's adopted. He's my cousin.
Okay, got it. So I'm only hearing about your maternal figure. Where is the paternal? Oh, you said your dad.
My dad, he lives in Queens somewhere.
Lives in Queens somewhere. Do you think he'll ever just like come to a show?
Oh God. Yeah, he might. My mom's like, someone misses you, and I'm like, ew. I'm like, why are you entertaining this fool?
Oh, they chat.
Not often, but like maybe like once a year or whatever.
The way you said it sounded like your mom's psychic, and that's how she communicates with him. Somebody misses you.
She's fucking cooked. I'm like, why do you entertain a person that
Yeah.
literally abandoned you with
that did
3
that.
kids with no money?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. It's very Dominican culture is very toxic. Yeah, let's try to up it so we can end on a good note.
No, well, because like it's
I want everybody to be like depressed after watching my fucking episode.
well. I think it's kind of all coming together as we're having this conversation, because you said that exercise is really good for your mental health. So like, I feel like when mental health is talked about on like social media, it's like there's like that trend where it's like intrusive thoughts 1, and she paints the walls a funky color or something. So I kind of feel like mental health is trivialized, and so it causes, when I hear someone say, oh, it's better for my mental health for me to exercise, it has taken away the sting of what poor mental health can be, which for you was multiple suicide attempts.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting that working out does have such an impact on you, because like it literally affects your quality of life and your ability to have a life.
Yeah.
So
Like right now, I'm not working out at all. Eating like whatever I can afford. Like I cried on the way here, but now I'm chilling.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just cried about whatever.
Yeah, just started crying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depression.
So the therapy thing,
Yeah.
You there.
Did you major in psych?
No, I just really therapize a lot.
Okay.
I am not a credible, reliable source at all.
Help me, Kelly.
I do give really good advice though.
Okay.
So I'm interested for the fact that you've been pushed to the point of wanting to take your own life, but never to call a therapist.
All right, I went to one lady and she made me do a fucking, what do you call those? Where you put pictures all up on a thing,
like a Rorschach test.
No. You just like put a bunch of pictures together on a poster board.
Okay. Oh, well, like a vision board.
No. The word is escaping me. It's like a
collage.
Yes. She's like, I'll make a collage. I'm like, what the fuck? Made the collage, and I never went back. I was like, all right, this is.
What was the collage for?
Pointless. It was pointless.
Yeah. So you went to a bad therapist.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go on a bad date. You never date again?
Well, I had tried to find a therapist, but it's very hard.
It's very hard
to find a therapist.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll try, and then I just like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the working out thing. You'll try, and then falls off. Oh man, you're not.
I feel like since I started taking comedy seriously, life seems like worth living more.
Yeah.
So it's a little less intense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
it's
always an option.
I think that having something, an outlet, that's really what comedy is.
Yeah.
That's what the gym is. That's what comedy is. It's an outlet.
Yeah.
To get whatever you're feeling out in a way, and that's what therapy is. An outlet. Because I feel like sometimes people think like, well, why do I need therapy so I can just pay someone to tell them how I'm feeling? Well, kind of, yeah, so that you can get out what you're feeling, because if you don't get out what you're feeling, you're eating a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah,
not
so
1,000% of the time.
Most of the issues that we discussed today, they're in some sort of joke form that I'm using in my sets.
Yeah.
All of it, actually.
Yeah, which is great, because there is somebody that is living with the darkness of what we just talked about.
Yes.
That doesn't have the ability to be outspoken about it, and then listening to your set,
and they don't feel alone.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like,
and then they laugh the hardest. I'm like, you got fingered.
Yeah. And war girdle.
I don't call them out, but I know I see you guys.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. All right, we're almost at an hour. Great. Finn stepped on my computer, so
you lost track there.
Lost track a little bit, but we're coming back to it.
You've never tried to kill yourself?
I had once when I was
I just feel like that's a human experience.
No, it is. It is a human experience. It was probably 2016, and I just took a bunch of pills. I don't even know what they were, and then immediately tried to throw up.
Okay.
And so I woke up the next morning, and I was just like, shit.
What triggered that?
Oh, it was so long ago. I don't know if I even remember. Just a general malaise. Just a general sadness.
I like that word.
Yeah, just a general sadness. I was probably 23, 24, and I was living in New York, and it's tough. It's a tough city.
Yeah.
I had a lot of demons, and you know what it was? Now that I think about
Your eyes lit up.
Yeah. Well, because as I'm thinking about it, I'm remembering. So I was dating a guy. Fucking men, man. Things were going great. And then it was one of those things where it was like, oh, we were going strong for 3 months, and then he ghosted me. Yeah. And it was, even though I had experienced that before, it was just so confusing to me, because it felt so right and real, and I couldn't believe that this guy had done that to me, because I guess the other guys that had done that to me in the past I didn't care about. And so I think that eventually was wearing at me, and I feel like I didn't get enough sympathy from my friends over it either, because they were like, it was a 3 months thing, which if you ever, anybody listening to this ever wants to come to me and cry about a guy that, or woman, whatever, that ghosted them after a few months, I am all ears, because the relationship I'm in now is like my first boyfriend that like didn't leave after a few months. So like all of my heartbreaks have been like unrequited love or like things that ended early, and you get no sympathy from people for that. And so I felt really, really alone. And I had a thing happen. Nothing happened to me, you know, sexually, but I had gotten drugged when I was out at a bar.
Fuck.
Yeah. And I think living with the reality of like having been drugged,
it's
and
like getting robbed, like
yeah,
you're just so invaded. Yeah,
so invaded.
Sorry that happened to you.
It was so long ago, you know, and I also didn't apologize for a single thing that you came up like spoke about on the podcast, so sorry about all that. Sorry about getting fingered. But yeah, so like all of that, and that guy stopped seeing me after I had been drugged. So like it was just this whole thing, and then that kind of led to me doing that. And I called a therapist the next day. So that's why I was asking you why, because like for me, like that is just the logical next step. But I completely understand why you haven't been to therapy, because it's the barrier to entry is there's no word. There's no words. Financially, emotionally, like even just logistically.
Yeah, it was like mainly logistics. Every time I try, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, all right, the waiting list is opening up this day. Like, call it this hour. So I call it that hour. They're like, sorry, we just booked up. That's it. They're not taking new patients till next November. I'm like, okay.
Yep. And then when I had a therapist who was good and I really loved, she was actually covered under my insurance. And then the insurance just was like, nah, we're good. Yeah. We're good on you.
Insurance be like that. I wanted Ozempic so bad.
Oh, did you?
They didn't give it to me. I tried like 3 different ways.
And insurance said... And
I was like, you know, if I got a little jump start assistance this time, like maybe I could just like stay in the habit of like, because it takes away your appetite. Yeah. But they're like, yeah, just do it the regular way, bitch.
Well, okay. First, very sad you weren't able to get on Ozempic, because that sucks, especially when people are so able to get on Ozempic and you're one of the people that can't. It's just like, no, I wanted it so bad. Yeah. So that sucks. But what I will tell you is, because if anybody's reading about Ozempic, it's me. And I'll tell you that research is showing that once you go off, you gain the weight back and then some. So
it's because people get hungry again, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like if I did it, it would get me in the habit of not eating as much, and then I'd just be able to like finish up the jab.
You would think that, but you have to do the mental work, because it's not a habit thing. It's a emotional thing.
Yeah.
Do you deal with what people on the internet called food noise?
I've heard of that. There's another word for it too, but yeah, 100%.
And so that's part of why Ozempic works so well, is because that food noise is gone. But I actually had one on the podcast, an intuitive eating counselor, and she was talking about food noise. And
I heard that episode. Yeah.
Thank you. And she was saying how food noise is like a very much an emotional thing, that it's like it's not this thing necessarily that needs to be turned on and off like a switch. It can be with Ozempic, but like there's a reason why the food noise is existing, and it's probably because of some like emotional issue happening that you're not comfortable with, and so the food noise is causing you to go to food.
Yeah.
Which So,
I got all the noises.
Yeah. Damn, I really think Finn might have deleted my thing with you. But I don't know. This is really, really funny. But I have like my notes app open on my computer right now, and then Finn stepped on my computer and it brought up a note from 2021, and it's a text message that I obviously was trying to workshop, where I'm telling somebody that I need space from our friendship. I'm not going to read it online, but that's very, very funny.
That's good. Friend breakups, I've done them.
I've had a few.
Friends that I've had for 18, 15 years. Recently, I've had to like let them go.
Can you tell me about that a little bit?
Yeah, they just took me for granted, honestly, the entire time.
How do you figure, like, just not reciprocating?
Yeah, anything. I was just there, like, at their beck and call, like a freaking idiot.
Why do you think you were doing that?
No self-respect. The self-respect is newfound for me.
Where do you think the self-respect came from?
Comedy.
Ooh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah, and being my own person, like, being my own, like, main character. Yeah.
Do you think they're haters now, or do you think they understand?
I don't know. I don't know what they think. I wouldn't be able to. I think one of them might be a little mad because I did it like kind of ghosty.
Yeah.
But fuck her.
Well, I was gonna ask. Do you think there's room for you to come back to that friendship?
No,
eventually,
I'm done. I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put in like so much of my life into that, and it's just for nothing.
Oh, you know what? I got something we can end on. Okay. Finish the sentence. All right. So whatever pops into your head.
All right. Is it like multiple ones?
There'll be multiple.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can take your time. You don't have to,
speed it out.
Yeah. Okay. When I look at a photo of my younger self, ... When I look at a photo of my younger self.
When I look at a photo of my younger self, I'm like, God damn, I haven't aged a day.
I love that.
I literally look the same.
No, honestly,
just like bigger.
When you said you were 33, I was like, I could have literally 26.
Yeah, there's this picture of me from 7th grade. I have like this little black spaghetti strap with like same bangles. I'm like, my face looks the same. And somebody said that to me. They're like, oh, you have like the same glow as you did in 7th grade. And I'm like, saying I look like a little kid. Obviously, I look like a grown woman, but I look good for my age.
You look like a grown woman since you were 7.
Yeah, I was like, give me my taco. Ahora.
Oh my God. Okay. If I could choose the way I'd die, I'd pick
suicide.
Oh, we've discussed this.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it at a chill 57. Yeah. In the city.
I got to be honest with you. I think your comedy career is going to make it so that you don't do that.
How much more iconic would it be if I was like super mega famous and then I just
Anthony Bourdain style?
Yeah.
I mean, don't do that, but I hear you. That's
everybody dies. People die every day, B.
I know people die every day, but like when it's your time. So, yeah. Okay, something I'd like to change the way I deal with conflict.
Ooh. I'm pretty like confrontational. I guess if I have an issue with someone, I go right at it. Sometimes the goal in my mind is I want to make this person cry, which I shouldn't always like go so hard. Yeah. But I don't like to like leave things unsaid or the tension. Like we're just going to like lay it all out right now.
So you don't like things unsettled. You want to just have it all out
except
there.
for that friendship I ended because it was enough.
It felt like
I couldn't say anymore.
Yeah. What else were you going to say?
She literally came to my house crying about how she doesn't have friends. The audacity.
Yeah.
When I'm here like doing above and beyond for this person for 18 years.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. I was like, okay, girl, that's crazy. And then I was just like, all right.
It's like I know where we stand.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't want to go for the jugular so much.
Yeah, I gotta like tone it down a little bit.
I do envy though your ability to tackle conflict based on what you're saying, because I am opposite. I with people I'm comfortable with, I'm able to be like, we're just gonna lay this out, but sometimes I'd rather just let it die in the corner.
I'm not saying that I'm always right, but if there's a conflict, it's because this other person is doing something or acting like a certain type of way. So I'm like, let's say it out loud and see what the fuck is up. Like, what's really going on? Let's get some judges in here.
Nice. You're a good friend. Okay, a mistake I'll never make again.
Dating a Dominican man. No, I might. The dick is bomb.
That's a mistake of people to make over and over and over again.
They taste so good. I guess a mistake I'll never make again. Like, I'll never like chemically straighten my hair ever again.
Yeah, don't do that. You've done that?
From ages 3 to 16.
Was that something that your
My mom, because she has straight hair, blonde,
so
white.
You should have straight hair.
Yeah, she was trying to brighten my skin. She did the whole thing. And then all my hair fell out. So that was a big trauma in high school, junior year.
Wow.
It burned off. Yeah. That was during my emo stage. So, like, the front of my hair was red.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, only do it from, like, here back because I don't want my hair to fall off in the front. And then it just all fucking fell off. It was, like, this long. So we had just enough hair to put, like, clip-ons. And then the pieces that I had in the front, we, like, combed it back a little bit.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That is your hair, especially in high school. I mean, your hair all the time. But, like, your hair in high school
is super, super, super important.
Were you thinner in high school?
Yeah, I was looking back, like, you would have thought I was, like, the fucking fattest bitch in the world. I was, like, average size.
That's always what it is.
I was average.
That's always what it is. You always think you're way. I say it. I probably say it once an episode, but I look back at photos of myself and I remember literally Googling, putting in my height and weight and seeing if I'd qualify for bariatric surgery.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. And I didn't. I looked fine.
You just reminded me of something. They would weigh us in elementary school.
Yeah, dude.
So I was like 103 pounds in 5th grade. And then they like brought it up in science class. Like, oh, did anyone like go over like 100 pounds? They wanted to like put the weight into like an equation or something.
I'd kill myself.
I was sweating bullets. Yeah. Like, do not call me out right now, bitch.
You're like 99.9 pounds.
Not me. I didn't say shit. But like, why were they fucking weighing us? What the fuck? Yeah. It's like, they don't do that anymore. They don't do that.
No, they don't. They don't even. They don't even adults when we go to the doctor. I went to the doctor recently. They were like, "Do you know your weight?" And I was like, "I don't." And they're like, "Well, you don't have to put it in." I was like, "Nah, I want to see where I'm at."
If I'm not like actively dieting and knowing what exactly my weight is, I'm like, all right, time to face the truth. This is like the moment. I'm like, oh, okay.
I do feel so desensitized though to the number at this point. I think if I go past the number in my head, then I freak the fuck out. But I've never gone past the number. So.
I remember I told my friends, if I ever get over 200 pounds, shoot me.
Yeah.
Shoot me in the head. So the heaviest I've been is 260.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, people aren't comfortable talking about weight. They're not comfortable.
I don't care anymore. Yeah. I don't care about much.
In my very first iteration of this podcast, I used to start each episode with my weight to like because I thought
be more comfortable.
Well, because I also thought people would have a problem with the name. Like, what do you mean you feel fat today? Like, there are people that I
feel fat every day.
Every day of my life. At my skinniest.
Yeah.
I'm feeling fat.
Yeah.
Okay. And one last thing.
Sure.
If I could whisper something into the ear of my younger self, I would say,
call 911.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. I love it. Damn, dude. What a good guest. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my God. Please don't kill yourselves. I was just kidding.
No, Carolina
thank you, Kelly.
Is so cool. And I honestly think I was shocked. I was surprised when you said you had all this history of mental health issues and wanting to kill yourself because you do not radiate that energy at all. And I don't really know what I mean when I say that, but when it comes to you, I mean, like, you have such a happy energy. You're so cool. You have a young energy too, very much. Like, when I first met you a few months ago, I thought like, oh, what a cool young comic. This girl can't be more than 25 years old. Like, not even in like a looks thing, because you do look very young, but also like in an energy and like veracity of life.
Yeah, I've gotten that. I think it's because I'm so like resigned, like literally nothing matters, Kelly.
Yeah.
So I just fucking send it. You know?
You think you're more nihilistic in your views?
What does nihilistic mean?
Nothing.
Yeah, I've been hanging out with so many white people since I started doing comedy. My vocabulary has expanded exponentially. Yo, it's crazy. What is it? Nihilistic?
You gotta check in with your white friends sporadically, you know? Yeah.
What does nihilistic mean?
Nihilistic is like nothing matters. Like, it doesn't, we're all just gonna die and be in the ground and there's nothing. Like, it doesn't matter.
But at the same time, everything matters because you want to be a human at the end of the day. But like, we're like 77%, nothing matters. Nihilistic, yeah.
I get that. Yeah, but you still have the the awareness that what you do kind of does matter in the way that you treat people and
and the
effects
frequencies
you have.
the vibes, you know, just trying to have high frequencies.
Yeah, totally. Being around you makes me feel like my frequency is rising.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's good.
Job done.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you.
Amazing.
This was fun.
Carolina, where can people find you?
Like shows or what?
With your social media, like things you have coming up. This episode's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, okay. My social media is at Carolina Montesquieu on TikTok and on Instagram. I'm doing Mondays at the Stand and in Boston, headlining all over the place, you know, just fucking it up. You can find my full calendar for the month on my Instagram page. I don't talk that much about killing myself on stage.
And if she does, it's in a very, very funny way.
Hilarious.
Yes, guys, all of Carolina's information will be in the description of the show. Check her out. She's a great follow. If you're in the city, find her at a show. So funny. And until next week, that's my Alexa. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.